what's going on? Muriel from the Sunshine Family in Costa Rica Travel and Living in Costa Rica with the vaccination mandates after January 8. What can we expect of Costa Rica? How will life look like? A lot of people who doesn't want to be vaccinated are asking me this question. A lot of people who have been taking the vax, for them basically nothing changes. So I was thinking about doing this video today to share some thoughts based on speculations and on some new rules that the Costa Rica government have put up about the mandatory COVID vaccinations. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I make videos about Costa Rica living since I live here, and that's since 2018 already. It has been so much pleasure to live here. I love Costa Rica, I honor Costa Rica, and I start to make videos to answer people's questions I received over time. I'm never the expert. It's not that I know everything. I do share what I've learned and sometimes just my thoughts. And I think out loud. And this is a I think out loud video. I'm sitting on my quad. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, this is an open invite. Consider to do so. There's a little button on the screen. And by hitting the bell icon, you receive a notification every time I go live or upload a new video. That's always Costa Rica related. So if you're interested somehow in Costa Rica, travel or living in Costa Rica, I believe that you can learn a lot or just find lots of information. Well, there's a spider jumping on my leg all the time. Welcome on the countryside. Let me just dive right in because I see some movement here in Costa Rica according to the mandates, and my inbox is exploding. So what I will do in this video is to share my thoughts, and I'm gonna be pretty clear that it's everything I will be sharing for myself is based on speculations. So I have no proof about things or whatsoever that things will be 100% a certain way, but what I do know is that Costa Rica has introduced COVID vaccination mandates starting January 1st, and meanwhile, what have we seen happening? That the government has procrastinated that date, has replaced that date to January 8th. So since the introduction of the mandates, there has been a change already. And I did a previous video about it, sharing my thoughts about it from both sides, seen for vaccinated people, for not vaccinated people. And again, I think for people who have the COVID vaccination, nothing will really change. Although I still believe everything will change for all people, because if you have a business and you are vaccinated, and you're obligated to check if your guests are vaccinated and they are not, then still it concerns you. So I think everyone is involved in this, and my thoughts about it is that and I also base it on other people's videos. I watched Mike's video. I know that Mike does amazing videos about Costa Rica, and he's here for so much longer than I am, that he knows the Tico culture so well, that he was saying some really things that I recognize, that it's a non-confrontational culture. So if the government puts their control system with the small business owners, so that's the tourist-based businesses, but also bigger businesses, is this really doable for the Costa Rica government to ask all these business owners to check their guests? How sustainable is that? The second point that I wanted to highlight is that what we see is that this is within the short amount of time that the mandates have been announced, there's already a push for a further date to save a lot of businesses from going under. There has been cancellations seen of travel plans with a lot of people who do not take the risk of that they cannot do anything after December 1st. So although a lot of jabbed people were saying, yay, it's about time and it's super normal, you cannot walk away from the fact that people are involved, are, how do you say that, concerned, and are not willing to take a risk of coming as a tourist with their whole family. Often they saved quite some time for such a family vacation. And how are they sure, are absolutely assured that they can do the zip lining and the touristic things? Will they be checked or not? So this was all basically a little piece about Costa Rica travel. To look at it that way. I'm in some Costa Rica travel groups or Costa Rica related groups where a lot of travelers are, and a lot of them are vaccinated. So I'm just, do your thing. Nothing will really change for you. But it's for those who are on the fence of being vaccinated or not. Like, I would want to advise you, well, that's typically personal, so don't pin me on things, to wait to get shot if that's against your values, because I foresee that they will push the date for the mandates further. And I've seen it shared by others as well. I have seen it with the tourist visa law in the time when the pandemic was hitting the world, and there was that when the borders were closed, they pushed forward the date to extend the tourist visa, and that was really big news for the perpetual tourists. They pushed it the day before the date would hit in. They pushed it forward for several months again. So what we have seen in Costa Rica is when a new rule is introduced, they have been constantly pushing the implementation date forward in time. So some voice in my head constantly says, sit it out, Muriel, sit it out before, I think patience and trust, but also be realistic. Again, perhaps they're not procrastinating the date, and January 8 is the date that everyone should have their jabs. But who am I to state it? That's how it will be. But I do know that there are some noises, some sounds, some voices going around in Costa Rica, especially by the not vaccinated people. And that's like a lot of expats, residents, or expats who are perpetual tourists, that they are thinking, we're not gonna panic whatsoever before things are really, really shown how it's done. So the implementation has been procrastinated again, and also there is a big difference in where you're gonna be in Costa Rica. That's a fact that should be mentioned, and I can base that on experience, because I was 2 weeks ago in Escazú/San Jose, where everyone, even crossing the street and outside, not surrounded in 10 meters by others, they were wearing masks. And I was like, why? Because there's no one around you. There's fresh air, but still, that's the thing. Obviously, in San Jose, here where I live on the peninsula de Nicoya, there's a total different vibe. Where I was walking in the salon to do my nails, for example, and I forgot to put on my mask, and actually I kept on forgetting it until I was sitting at the chair. Well, the Tika girl who was doing my nails wasn't wearing a mask, and it was not intentionally that I was not wearing it, out of disrespect. I just found out it was early morning. So I was saying, oh my goodness, so sorry that I wasn't wearing the mask. And she was like, don't worry about it. So we happened to both not wear masks. We were the only two there. But still, that is like... you see that more and more here in the area of Santa Teresa, Montezuma. And I just wanted to highlight that there's a big difference of how people behave with the rules, with mandatory masks and mandatory vaccinations, compared to the beach towns and the rural areas. So the point of my video is we're all speculating about how things are gonna be. Well, behind me, they are chopping down the grass. Probably you hear it. You see the machetes flying around? You see the guy? That's the machete. So if you think, what is that noise? Well, welcome to the countryside. They're doing the grass here. It's rainy season. The grass grows exponentially here. So basically my point, I hope that you find some value according to what's appropriate for you, what is necessary for you to know, that we're all thinking out loud here. We don't know what actually will be happening. There is voices, and I want to add that to end my video. There's voices saying they will not able to keep up. They will do for the outside world, for the politics, everything that the United States is doing. But are they able to implement it? They don't have the forces and the sources and the teams to check on people's mandatory vaccination proof. So, and because it's a non-confrontational culture, people are not waiting to agree, to disagree, especially now when you have a small business and you have to check on your gas, like I said. Families with kids who saved up their money and now you have to refuse them in your restaurant because they don't have proof, because perhaps they forgot their phones in their hotel. Will you going to refuse them? They will walk to the restaurant next door. Have you thought about all these situations? Again, I am thinking out loud to end up my video. Will Costa Rica be a hell for tourists? Will it be a business hell for small business or bigger business owners in Costa Rica? Will it be hell for Costa Rica travel, or will everything continue how it used to be? And will this wave of COVID pass on? Will, how do you say that? Will just, yeah, pass Costa Rica, and we don't know. But I am not panicking. I'm not panicking for my friends with businesses. I'm gonna see what's going on and see if I can anticipate quickly when things are necessary. But I will leave you with those thoughts. Share your thoughts below. If it's gonna be very hateful things, I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm gonna ban you from my channel. Because this is a place for positivity. So don't feel obligated to share hateful responses to others. Let's honor each other. But yeah, I'm making these videos to honor my viewers who want to know what life is, how life is look like here in Costa Rica, and how people feel and think and act on everything that's happening according to vaccinations and COVID and stuff. So far so good. Everything is really tranquilo here. I have a very tranquilo inner circle of people who are vaccinated, who are not vaccinated, and we love each other. We don't hate each other. So whatever you think or feel or do, yeah, be kind, be loving, and respectful towards one another, right? That is a big mission statement for me personally. So I want to remind you of that. And let's see what's gonna happen. So keep on following my videos, because I will be on top of everything, of course, because I am living in Costa Rica and I know a lot of people who want to travel to Costa Rica. So I want to inform you the best possible way. So keep watching my videos, subscribe to my channel, and if you wonder what it is that I do online and teach online for many years already, I have an online, 100% online business, and I teach others how to do the same. Go ahead, there's a world of information in the description below. And with that being said, bye from Costa Rica. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family, and thank you for watching.